The town of Olds hosted a community engagement event on April 23rd with the aim of gathering feedback to use in developing a series of new bylaws.
The community standards engagement process will help us identify what sections of those many bylaws may best be served in a single
mind. One, everyone in this room has a voice. And two, there are no wrong answers. So some of the etiquette within the cafe follows as focus on what matters, contribute your thinking, speak your mind and heart, listen to understand, link and connect ideas, listen together for insights and deeper questions, play, doodle, draw. If you want to draw what you figure your standard is, we've got paper on all of the tables for you to be able to do so and to write down any comments that you might have.
Judy Dahl, the mayor of the town of Olds.
Having an open session as we're doing this evening with the public is going to be very rewarding for the work that council needs to do to complete this community standards bylaw. So our role here tonight is to listen very carefully to what the citizens of the town of Olds feel are the standards they'd like to see as far as safety in their community.
We spoke with town councillors Marianne Overwater and Harvey Walsh.
Giving everybody the opportunity to have a voice, and that being recorded and captured and using in a decision-making process. So it's a good tool.
Ask for Kelly or myself.
I know we talked a lot about their
Grant Spence, a participant in the event, gave us some feedback on the process.
And there's lots of good points being brought up, and hopefully the town will be able to put this information to good use and come up with some plans as to how to make it better for the citizens of Olds. We're very lucky to have a great little town, and we can always get better.
Terry Idland led the discussion on traffic and parking.
Were very amazing, lots of really good discussion. A lot of viewpoints that weren't necessarily in alignment, which was really great for stimulating discussion. I think all in all, everybody really learned a lot from each other.
This brings us to our talk show portion of the evening. And what we're going to do here is we have our four practitioners, Carrie, Michelle, and Beth, and they are going to provide us with some highlights, some pointed notes from each of the presentations of their easels. So let's start with Doug. You were working on
pets and animals.
And how did it go?
It went well.
Awesome.
It was like herding cats and dogs.
There's an expectation from the citizens of Olds that the bylaws we have should be enforced and that everybody should be held accountable to the same standard.
That each group talked a bit about noise and what noise was acceptable and at times that it was acceptable. So we had across the board there's different times, and I'm sure if we asked a group of teenagers what time they thought we should cut off at night, it'll be much different than this group, but it seemed to be 10, 11 o'clock was the consensus.
A big thing that came up was vacant lots and the care and maintenance of these vacant lots, and sometimes the use of them being used for storage of vehicles and various recreational toys. But the main thing was just get the weeds off of them, keep them mowed and not unsightly.
Norm McInnis, CAO for the town of Olds.
The biggest theme is whatever the legislation ends up being, we have to make sure that we resource the enforcement piece to make sure that those things that we agree on as a community do have the proper enforcement behind them, and that was a major theme and wasn't anything that we didn't expect to hear. Timeline is the Community Standards Working Group hopes to have their work done by the end of May. So they'll have their work done by the end of May. That'll push that up to our leadership team at the Town of Olds administration. And if everything is in order, we will get it to council possibly before summer hits, but it could be into the fall before council sees the final draft of the work that's being done. So, we're not in a big panic to get this work done. We want to make sure that it's meaningful and it is something that is easily understood and easily enforced, and there's clarity on what the standards are.
Those recommendations in the report, our target deadline is to have that report and recommendations to our leadership team.
Olds Community TV. your go-to channel for news and information in Olds, Alberta.